Hey everybody, Jake here, and today we're going to do something a little bit different. I'm currently, for the most part, out of pens to review at the moment. However, I did actually go to a pen shop yesterday and pick up something. Unfortunately, I have to wait for Christmas to get it, but um, I'm really excited to review it and use it and show you guys. Um, so like I said, I'm running a bit low on things to review. I only have about 2 more things until Christmas that I can review, and I'll leave it up to you guys to decide if that's something that you want to see. Um, one of them is this pen here. This is actually a handmade kit pen essentially. Surprised at how good it writes, honestly. But I picked it up from a vendor at a local flea market. It is hideous. It is one of the ugliest pens I've ever seen in my life, and I kind of like it. Um, but just let me know if you guys want to see a review of that. Also, yesterday, as I said, I'm going to be focusing on pens, but I will do other videos occasionally, and one of them may be this. This is a very traditional style knife. This is a Benchmade proper, kind of like the knife your grandpa would use, just a little non-locking slit joint knife. But it's really nice, and I picked it up yesterday. So if you guys would like to see a review of this or the pen or both, just let me know in the comments. But on to today's video. So what I'm going to do is kind of go over some basic things about fountain pens. Essentially, what is a fountain pen, and why should I buy one? Why should I care when I have, a big pen or a G2? So we're going to go over that. First, I would like to cover, what is a fountain pen. So a fountain pen, basically, is a pen that uses a nib and water-based ink. You can see there. For its writing, it uses capillary action. So when you touch it to an object or a surface, whether it be paper or something else, it'll output ink. This is a kind of an evolution of the older style dip pens, and they were followed up by, not necessarily succeeded by because they're still around, but followed up by ballpoint pens. So they kind of went out of fashion for the most part in America when ballpoints came around. They are still commonly used in other countries like Germany and some countries in Asia. But it's a very unique writing experience to use a fountain pen. So real quick, I'll just go over kind of comparing it to other pens. We'll slide these aside for the moment. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to compare it to a ballpoint. This is a Fisher Space Pen that I've done a force patina on, if anyone's curious. And this is just a basic G2. This is a rollerball. So we got a fountain pen, ballpoint, rollerball. Unfortunately, I don't have a dip pen with me at the moment. If you guys are interested in seeing that, I can, show that at a later date. But essentially, it's just a fountain pen without a reserve of ink that you have to dip and write. So these are the types of pens. I'll do a quick writing sample of each to kind of show you. But they all use very different methods. We can start here with the G2 because this is a very popular rollerball model. Rollerballs typically use a gel-based ink when writing. And they're pretty smooth. I prefer them over ballpoints by far. But I do use this ballpoint daily just because of the size of it. And again, this is a Fisher Bullet Space Pen, and this is pretty decent. But you do have to push down with ballpoints, and I really don't prefer writing with them for long sessions. And you can see the ink is not, which this is like a paste-based ink. It's not nearly as flowy or smooth as a rollerball or a fountain pen. And this is a fountain pen. This is a Platinum 37 76th Century, inked up with a special concoction of Diamine Pumpkin and Apache Sunset. So they all offer very different writing experiences. With the rollerball, it's fairly smooth, but it feels very similar to the ballpoint. Ballpoints you have to press down with to get it to write typically. And you can press down harder with those and get them right. Same thing with the G2. You don't want to do that with a fountain pen. Fountain pen should just flow because it's water-based ink using capillary action. Again, it should just flow right out of the pen. And because of that, it offers very different writing experience. And while you can get different sizes of widths with these, fountain pens open up a whole new variety of writing sizes, ink colors, and all that stuff. So we'll go ahead and get back to the fountain pens, and I'll kind of discuss why you should even care about a fountain pen as opposed to one of those options. So the first choice really is all the choices you can make with it. The ink for them comes in a massive variety of colors. We have an orange, like a turquoise blue, a nice purple, dark red, and of course, you can get black inks and stuff like that too. But there's just so many options, literally thousands of color options for fountain pens. It's astounding. Really, that's probably a reason that a lot of people get into fountain pens is just the option of inks that you have. It's astronomical how many. Next up is the choice of pen. I have a ton of different styles here. Again, this is just kind of a kit pen that someone made the wood for and bought the kit off online. This is a Karas Custom Fountain K, made out of tumbled raw aluminum. It's a bit more industrial style pen. This is a very unique stylized popular pen. This is a Lamy Safari, and these are popular for beginners. This is a Pilot Vanishing Point. This is a click style fountain pen. Love that one. And this is Platinum 3776, which is a bit more traditional, cigar shaped kind of fountain pen. So you have so many options, and this is a fraction of what you can get, design wise. So you can really find something that's aesthetically pleasing to you and specifically you. Some people may hate it. Like this is a ugly, ghastly pen, but I kind of like it to some degree. I have no idea why. Some people can't stand traditional style pens. I personally enjoy all of these on this table, but that's just me. You can find some that you really like. And that's another reason I believe that people choose fountain pens is that you can find something that you personally like and that you find interesting and you enjoy writing with it. They can be very high quality to very low quality. For example, this pen's about $20, It's made of very sturdy ABS plastic, I believe. This pen was like $30, not that much higher. This one sits around $80. And these two sit, around $150. And they go much, much higher than that. Much higher than most sane people would ever consider buying. But you have so many options. You have some pens that start at a couple dollars and go all the way up to tens of thousands of dollars. So you can find something for your price range, and it can give you places to go to step up as you work your way through your pen collecting hobby. Or if you just want to find one that writes really well, that you just want to use that single pen, you can do that too. There's all kind of options here. And you don't really have the same amount of flexibility with ballpoints, rollerballs. I mean, there are some, customs you can get that cost a lot of money, but the design differences, I think, are a lot more prevalent in fountain pens. They're really easy on your hand due to the capillary action when you write. They really don't take a toll on it or cramp because you're not putting down any pressure at all. You're really just letting the nib kind of glide over the paper. So if you have trouble cramping or if you're writing for long periods, I recommend at least trying out a fountain pen if you do that regularly. One of the last things, to most people, just, on the street, if you pulled out this, they would think it was, super fancy. Actually, a lot of my coworkers comment, and they at first assume it was like a calligraphy pen. And, the calligraphy nibs do look somewhat similar to fountain pen nibs, but they're not. But a lot of people just think these are really fancy writing instruments, even if they cost, $30. It has that nib, and that nib is what a lot of people associate with kind of vintage writing and stuff like that. But there's just a whole world out there for you to find if you're interested. A lot of people joke that it's a very expensive hobby, and it can be. Or you can just get a Poly Metropolitan for $15, and that can be a lifelong pen for you. They're durable, they're made out of brass, they're fantastic writing pens. You could pass it down to your kids if you take good care of it. And something like this for, $80, you can definitely pass this down to your kids. This is nothing but steel with a replaceable nib. Or aluminum, sorry, it's not steel. Don't want to falsely advertise there. But you can find all kinds of things, whatever you're into. There's a lot of other, cons that come with fountain pens that I can discuss in a later video, such as cleaning, some of the price of them, ink restrictions, writing, nib sizes, all kinds of stuff. But as far as different types of writing experiences, fountain pens are a fantastic, fantastic option. You can go from ultra extra fine, like needlepoint style nibs, all the way up to a stub, which leaves down a very, very thick line, a couple millimeters wide, at the highest possible size. But there's just a massive selection. And of course, there's nothing wrong with liking, ballpoints or roller balls, if that's what you like. But if you want to try something genuinely different that a lot of people, at least in, our lifetime, haven't really experienced much of, a fountain pen's the way to go. Alright, thanks for tuning in, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, just leave a comment if you'd like to see a review of this gorgeous thing here, or this traditional kind of knife. Also, I do have another keyboard review coming up as well around Christmas time, so keep an eye out for that. My last one seemed to be, fairly popular. But thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Keep an eye out for some upcoming videos. And I will have another ink review coming this Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday time. Alright, thanks, guys. Bye.